Well, hey, you may not recognize me, but this is Pastor Ken, and I'm coming to you from our back patio. I didn't expect to be recording like this today, but something has happened, and I thought would make a great illustration and set us up for this Sunday just a little bit. Hey, by the way, hopefully you are coming this Sunday. JD will be back to lead us in worship for one of his last Sundays with us. But I came home, actually left a meeting that I had planned so that I could come home and deal with an issue that we had developed, having developed at our house. And it was something that really couldn't wait very long. And so I got under our crawl space, and some of you may know we live in a very old home, and the crawl space is very, very small. And I don't like getting under those anyway, and it's not my normal kind of attire, but if you could see me, I'm just a mess. But I was doing what it took because there was a problem in our house, and it's still not solved. But while I was under the house in the crawl space, and I was about done with what I was going to be doing down there, I was beginning to turn myself around in the very small area, very small, to get out. And as I was doing that, I heard a noise, and so I stopped, and I knew that there's something above my head. And I thought for a second maybe it was my hat brushing up against the insulation. That's how small the crawl space was, and that wasn't it at all. And there was actually an animal or animals right there above my head. And so you can imagine that I got out of the crawl space a lot faster than I got into it. And actually that kind of sets us up for what we're going to be talking about this Sunday. We pick up our sermon series, part 2, the sermon series that is the hole in our Christmas, about the idea that there is something that is missing. Last week we talked about the importance of gifts that reflect the original gift, Jesus, and how they have to be, if they're going to reflect the original gift, Jesus, they have to be gifts that cost us. This Sunday we're going to be looking at the second component of that, and your Christmas won't be complete unless you understand the things that we're going to be sharing. So last week it was that gifts must cost if they're going to reflect the original gift. This week we're going to look at the second element. And if you could read John 3 in advance of this Sunday, you'll be prepared. But I'd also encourage you to prepare your heart. I've got a crowbar here, had to do with some of the work I was doing down in our crawl space. And we'll be working a little bit in the area of the crowbar as we talk about the sermon. And even this Cubs hat has something to do with the sermon this Sunday. We'll see you then.